Good morning to all. Myself, Manoj Kumar Bundela, Assistant Professor, Suresh Gyan Vihar University, Jaipur. So we are discussing about the production technology of vegetable and spices. So in this, today we will discuss the production technology of French bean. This is you can see the French bean. Introduction: French bean is popular as a dietary food, also known as kidney bean, snap bean, navy bean, haricot bean, and common bean. So this is the synonyms that we call as French bean. We can also call as kidney bean, snap bean, navy bean, haricot bean, and common bean. They common in multiple colors and size. So they will come in market by their different colors and size. The green pod are rich in calcium, potassium, phosphorus and iron. The seed are slightly proteinous. The major growing state is Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat and West Bengal. So these are the major French bean producing state. So we can use the green pods also we can use, and we can use the seeds also. French bean. The family is Leguminaceae or Fabaceae. The scientific name is Phaceolus vulgaris. Phaceolus vulgaris. It is originated from Central America. The progenitor of French bean is Phaceolus aborigines. Bacillus aborigines is the originator or progenitor of French bean. The chromosome number is 2n is equal to 2x is equal to 22 in snap bean. The species, there are four cultivated species of French bean. First one is Phaceolus vulgaris, second one is Phaceolus coccinus, Phaceolus lotus, Phaceolus acatifolius variety latifolius. So these are the four cultivated species of Phaceolus or snake bean or kidney bean. Phaceolus vulgaris, Phaceolus coccinus, Phaceolus lentus and Phaceolus acatifolius variety latifolius. All the species are self-pollinated except Phaceolus coccinus. Bacillus coccinus, it is a cross-pollinated. Other than that, all the species are self-pollinated, which is generally cross means Bacillus coccinus is cross-pollinated. Health benefit of green beans. So it is work as a anti-aging, antioxidant, rich in fibers, cell protection, boost immunity. It will increase the immunity. Vitamin K source. It is a rich source of vitamin K, vitamin C, good blood source, cardiovascular health benefits. It will reduce the BP. Good manganese source. It is a good source of manganese. So these all are the health benefit of green beans, kidney bean or lima bean. Next is climate and soil suitability. So climate means most of the varieties are day neutral, except some semi-pole varieties which are short day type. Normally, the French bean means they are day neutral, means that there is no effect of day and night. Means there are three types of plant. There short day plant, long day plant, and day neutral plant. So it is comes under the day neutral plant. So it have no effect of day temperature and night temperature. The temperature should be ideal between the 15 to 25 degree. Means ideal temperature is 15 to 25. The rainfall is between 600 to 1500 mm in a year, 600 to 1500 mm in a year, and the germination percent is 85%. So normally it have the high germination percentage, 85%. Soil, so it requires the sandy loamy soil with good drainage and irrigation. So normally the sandy loamy soil are suitable for the all crops, and if because in sandy loamy soil the water will not stagnate, and if the excess water is there, it will go to the lower part of the soil. The suitable pH is 5.5 to 6.5. So it is mainly grown in the neutral pH. It requires the neutral pH 5.5 to 6.5. Varieties. Based on the extent of fiber in the pod, there are two types of varieties. One is string varieties and second one is stringless varieties. So these are the based on the extent of fibers in the pods. Means pods, some varieties they have string in nature, some varieties are stringless. Second one is based on the growth habit. First one is bush type variety and second one is pole type variety. Bush type variety means their height is restricted. They will grow at a particular height and after that their growing will be stopped. But in pole type varieties, they are like they will grow continuously. They are like indeterminate type of tomato is there like this. They will grow like bale is there na, like bale they will grow continuously. So that is pole type of varieties. Bush type means their height is restricted, means at a particular height only they will grow. So bush type of varieties like hills in hilly areas, the bush type of varieties are grown like YCD1, UT1, UT French bean, Arka Komal, Selection 9, Arka Bold, Arka Shampurna, Arka Komal, Arka Bold, Arka Sampurna, Arka Kartik are the popular varieties. They are mainly grown in hill. So Arka varieties means the varieties which name start with Arka. They are released from IIHR Bangalore. So Arka is the name of the river. With the name of that river, they are given their name start with Arka. They are released from IIHR Bangalore. Indian Institute of Horticulture Research. In plains they are growing varieties are Arka Komal, Arka Suvidha, Arka Anup, Arka Samriddhi, Arka Shuman are under cultivation. Means in plains they are the major varieties. Arka Suvidha, Arka Anup, Arka Samriddhi, Arka Shuman and these are the mainly grown in plain areas. Pole type of varieties. Pole type of varieties means they are grow continuously. So like KD, TKD1, KKL1, Blue Lake, Kentucky, and Murgai bean are the popularly cultivated. So these are the four type of varieties. So resistance line against Pseudomonas syringae. Pseudomonas is a major problem. So resistant variety lines for Pseudomonas is Wisconsin 17 and Wisconsin 28. Root rot resistance variety lines are Wisconsin 46. It is resistant to root rot and nematode resistance are P4175. It is resistant to the nematodes. So these are the some resistance line resistant to Pseudomonas, root rot and nematode. Next is propagation. So French bean is mainly propagated through the seeds only. Seed is the majorly we use for the propagation purpose. The time of sowing is different. The time of sowing in the hills it is different and in plains it is different. In hilly areas the time of sowing is March to April and in plains there are two types we have to sow the French bean. First in the month of September October means during the time of rainy season and second in the month of January February means in Zaid season. So these are two seasons we are grow French bean in plains and in March to April in hilly areas. We grow only one season in hilly areas. So you can see in diagram the life cycle of the French bean. So life cycle of the French bean we can say means first we have to sow the seeds. After that the germination of the seeds will be start. The seed germination after that the the two leaf will come like this the first plant will come. Then the reproduction means the flowers will start coming. After that the flowers means reproduction is there, the pollen will fall down on the flowers and then the development of the seeds will be start, development of the fruits will be start. Then the pollination will be occurs. After pollination the fruits will be start developing and there is a development of green beans. So the fruits will be look like kidney, that is it is called as kidney bean. So this is the life cycle of the French bean. Next is field planting. So before planting into the field, we have to first we go for the land preparation. So land preparation means first we go for plowing. After plow, we can use the rotovators. We can use plowing means we can lose the soil and we can so means deep the soil 15 to 25 centimeter deep for the growth of the roots. So if we go for deep plowing means the roots will be easily penetrate in the soil. So 15 to 25 centimeter deep we have to go for plowing. Prepare the bed of 1.2 meter, means 4 feet in width, 1.2 meter in width, 0.2 meter, 0.3 meter is the height is 15 to 20 centimeter, and the length will be depends on the area, means how much area we are preparing, how much area we are growing. According to that we have to prepare the bed. Means width is 1.2 meter and width is 1.2 meter and height is 0.3 meter and length is according to the requirements, according to the space. The spacing from the bed to another bed is 6 meter, 0.6 meter. From means we can prepare the first bed and second bed, and the spacing between the first bed and the second bed is 0.6 meter. So that spacing we have to maintain. So this is the, we can prepare the seedlings first and then we can go for transplanting the seedlings, or we can directly sow the seeds into the field. So in this first they are preparing the seedlings and they are transplanted into the main field. Because the size of the seed is big, so directly we can sow the seeds into the field also. Planting. Plants 4 seeds in one planting hole and space between the row is 90 centimeter and 30 centimeter between the one planting hole of the another in a pole type of varieties. So normally the spacing is 90 into 30 centimeter. Plant to plant 90 centimeter and row to row 30 centimeter. Spacing we have to maintain, and per hole we have to sow the 4 seeds. That is in case of pole type of varieties. In case of bush type of varieties, the spacing is less, 45 into 15 centimeter. Pole type of varieties, they will grow continuously, so they require the more spacing. But in case of bush type of varieties, their height is restricted, means their height is restricted, so the spacing is less. Spacing is less, 45 into 15 centimeter spacing we will use in the case of bush type of varieties. That is just half of the pole type of varieties. When the seedlings growing, the leaves only two plants in a one planting hole. Means we will show the four seeds in a one hole, but when the seedlings will emergence, that time we have to leave only two plants in a hole. Other than that, we have to go for thinning. Thinning means just we remove the other plants. Just we leave the two plants. Other than that, all plants we have to remove. In case of bush type of varieties, 60 to 65 kg per hectare seeds are required. For bush type of varieties, because the spacing is more, but the number of seeds we are showing the 60 seeds, and it required the more quantity of seed. That means 60 to 65 kg per hectare seeds are required. But in case of pole type of varieties, it required the 25 to 30 kg of seeds per hectare. Just half seeds are required in case of pole type of varieties, and in case of bush type of varieties, it required the 60 to 65 kg per hectare of seeds. Seed treatment: treat the seeds with trichoderma 4 gram per kg or Thiron or carbendazim 2 gram per kg of seeds 24 hours before sowing to control the fungal disease. So fungal disease like damping off we can control. So to control the damping off we can use the Thiron or carbendazim we use. 2 gram per kg of the seeds we use. So trichoderma also we can use 4 gram per kg of seeds 24 hours before, so that there is no attack of any fungal. It is, if the crop is raised for the first time, it should be treated with rhizobium as it is a cluster crop. It is a cluster beans, like as treated with the rhizobium as in cluster bean. Like in cluster bean, we have to treat the seeds with the rhizobium, so that the rhizobium means it will increase the fertility of the soil. So like the same we can do in kidney bean also. Manure and fertilizers. Apply the 25 ton of FIM during the last plowing. Means when we go for plowing, at the time of plowing only we will apply the 25 ton of FIM in the field per hectare, and 100 kg of phosphorus per hectare and 75 kg of potassium should be applied as a basal dose before sowing. Means before sowing the seeds, we will apply the FIM 25 ton and 100 kg of phosphorus and 75 kg of potassium we apply as a basal dose. Being a leguminous crop, apply the 60 kg of nitrogen per hectare as a starter dose at the time of sowing and completely to build the population of symbiotic microflora. So it is a leguminous crop, so it will fix the atmospheric nitrogen. Means it will take the nitrogen from the atmosphere only. So we no need to apply the so much quantity of nitrogen. So just we apply the 60 kg of nitrogen we apply during the time of land preparation. So that nitrogen only will help for the development of legumes and for development of the microflora. Weeding. So weeding should be given 20 to 25 days and 40 to 45 days after sowing. So first we it required the two weeding. First weeding we have to do 20 to 25 days after sowing, and second weeding is done 40 to 45 days after sowing. As a pre-plant we use the fluclothylene 0.5 kg per hectare. We can apply for the pre-plant application. Means before planting we will apply the fluclothylene as a pre-emergence herbicides. And also we can use Elaclor 1.5 kg per hectare. Pendimethalin also we can use 2 kg per hectare as a pre-emergence herbicide. The crop should be earthing up after the each weeding. Means after each weeding we will go the earthing up of the plant so that the plant will not fall down. Because when we go for removing of the weeds, the roots of the plants will be exposed to the sunlight and it will cause the so to reduce that, we will go for the earthing up of the plant. Just after weeding, we will go the earthing up. Is pest and disease. Pest and their symptom and their control. So the major pest is the bean fly. So bean fly, the symptoms are the larva born on the stem and cause the plant to wilt and die. So the major bean fly, the damaging stage is larva. So larva means they will feed the stem and cause the wilting of the plant. To control this, we can use the BHC and we can spray the carbaryl. So this carbaryl and gamma BHC we can use to control the bean fly. Second one is leaf hopper. So leaf hopper Apis species live under the young leaves. So leaf hopper means they will live under the young leaves, shoots and flowers. They are vector for the mosaic disease. Means leaf hopper means it works as a vector for the viral disease. And the viral disease control is very difficult. The viral disease normally it is controlled by the if we can use the cultural method only, like yellow sticky tape we can use, neem seed funnel extract we can use, or we can control the population of insect. Means aphis population we have to control. So to control that we can use the insecticide like malathion, endosulfan, iodine, diazinon. So these are the insecticide we can use to control the leaf hopper. Next one is pod borer. The larva are bored into the pods, causing the damage to the bean and flowers. Means pod borer means the larva they will enter into the pods and they will damage the beans and flowers they will damage. To control this irradiation of the damaged bean. So normally if any bean that is damaged by this, just we go for irradiation means just we take it and then we have to burn that. Spray the Sivin or spray the carbaryl. So these we can use to control the pod borer. Disease leaf spot. So leaf spot is Coletotrichum capsicum or Cercospora species. It is caused by the Cercospora species or Coletotrichum capsicum. Symptoms: the yellow spots will develop on the leaf. The chemical spraying is not reduced because it is not a serious disease. So leaf spot is a not serious disease, so we will not apply the chemical. So if we apply the chemical, the residues will be present on the fruits, and if we eat that, they will enter our body. Leaf rust, Euromyces virgine. Euromyces virgine, yellowish on the leaf. The leaf will start yellowing, not affecting the yield of long bean. So it will not affect the yield of long bean leaf rust also. So it is a not a serious disease. Aftercare, pinching out and staking. We have to pinch out if there is any plant which is affected by any disease. We have to go for we have to take the plant and then burn it. For pinching and we have to go for pinching. We remove the outer portion, means upper portion we have to remove so that the more number of side branch will come. And after that we will give the staking to the plant. Pinching means removal of the apical bud so that the more side branches will come. If more side branch will come, the yield will be increased. Preparation of stack. The French bean needs staking in order to obtain the higher yield. If we want to get the more yield, the staking is must in case of French bean. Support the 3-year-old seedling using the stack with 1.8 meter to 2.4 meter in length. So we can use for staking, we can use 1.8 meter to 2.4 meter length we can use the wires we can use for staking we will give. Other methods are used to support the French bean is trill system we can use. Trills, or we can say bower system we can use. With the help of that bower system, we can get the more yield. Join the two sticks nearby the wire to form the trills. So like this two sticks we can use, like this wires we can use. One stick is here, one stick is here, one stick is here. In this we have to tie the wires. So these are the wires we can make the jar-like structure. Bower we can make. We can say it is a jar-like structure we will make, and we allow the plant to grow in this. So it will give the more yield. So the normally according to the area and that we can prepare this. So these are the beds harvesting. The pods while still young and the beans have not formed fully. So normally when we have to, if we are using for the green purpose, then we have to pick when the pods are means the beans are not fully developed. More flowers will appear in picked regularly. If we go for regular picking, then the number of flowers will be more, means it will give the more yield. The fruits can be harvested 7 weeks after planting. So normally the complete harvesting will be done 7 weeks after the planting. The average yield is for the bush type is 80 to 100 quintal per hectare. For the average yield for bush type 80 to 100 quintal per hectare. For the pole type it is 100 to 120 140 quintal per hectare. So the yield is also different. For pole type the yield is more, and for the bush type the yield is less, because pole type means they are continuously grow. So if they are continuously grow, the yield will be they will give more yield. But in bush type the height is restricted, so they will give the less yield. So these are the different products that is prepared from the French bean. So French bean, haricot beans, like this is the packets it is available. Fancy cut green beans. So cut green beans are also available in the market. Directly we can they will make available in packed form. What is the conclusion? Conclusion of the topic is the French bean are sweet, tender, and wonderful crispy. They contain zero fat and cholesterol, and they are good source of fiber and vitamin C. French bean, they contain the zero fat. The fat is not there, and cholesterol is also less, and they are the good source of fibers and vitamin. So this is all about the French bean or kidney bean. Thank you all. Good morning to all. Myself Manoj Kumar Bundela, Assistant Professor, Suresh Gyan Vihar University, Jaipur. So we will discussing about the production technology of vegetable and spices. So today we will start with cluster bean. So cluster bean, the scientific name of cluster bean is Phymopsis tetragonolobus. Chromosome number 2n is equal to 2x is equal to 14. And the origin place of cluster bean is different. Means it is still not confirmed the where is the correct origin place of cluster bean. The dry region of West Africa as well as India are treated as the center of origin of cluster bean by the various workers. So it is originated from India also and the dry region of West Africa. The ancestor of cluster bean is Cymopsis senegalensis. So Cynopsis senegalensis it is a ancestor of cluster bean tetragonolobus. Means cluster bean tetragonolobus is developed from this. The cluster bean is drought-tolerant, warm-season annual legume, crop grown for its tender fruits for use as a vegetable. So it is mainly grown for the tender fruits. The cluster bean is also known as guar, guarfili. We can say it is a guarfili also we can say. Guar or guarfili. Botany. Cluster is an upright, erect, summer annual growing to a height of 3 meters with stiff erect branches. So it is a summer annual, growing the height is 3 meters, stiff erect branches. Stem is angled, leaves are trifoliate, flowers are small, white or purple color. Androecium is mono, monodalpous. It has a 10 stamens. The inflorescence is axillary raceme. The fruits are compressed, erect, and 4 to 10 centimeter long. double ridge on the dorsal side, single ridge below. The fruits are normally 4 to 10 centimeter long. It has a two ridges, double ridges and single ridges. The seeds are 5 to 10 white to grey or black colored seeds per fruits. So in one fruits there is a 5 to 12 seeds are there. The color of the seed is white color or it is in black color. The root system, it has a deep root system. The beans are large. Beans have the large endosperm. The endosperm contains the large amount of gum, which is marketable product of the plant. So normally we will extract the gum from this and that gum is the marketable product. We can sell it into the market. So plant, so we can see the cluster bean plant. This is the flowers, this is the fruits, and these are the seeds of cluster bean or guarfili. Uses used as a vegetable as a tender stage in sorghum parts of India. They are dehydrated in southern part of India and they are dehydrated and stored for the use. So mucilaginous seed flour is used for making the gum. So it has the mucilaginous seed flour that is used for the preparation of gum, which is used in textile, paper, cosmetic and oil industries. The gum of guar from hydrates rapidly in water into a viscous gel and is therefore used in the various products. It will prepare the different products we can prepare. No calories binding agent, not require any calorie binding agent. It is pharmaceutical industries. The gum is used into the pharmaceutical industries. In cloth and paper manufacturing industries, it is used. Oil, it is a well drilling used as a absorbent for the explosive. It is also used as absorbent for the explosives. Used for the forage, green manure. It is also used for the green manure. Also used for the soil improvement as an medicine. It's also used for the soil improvement as a medicine. So this is the gum and this is a gum powder and their uses. Nutrient composition: the fruits are rich in food value and each 100 gram of fruits contain fat 81 gram, minerals 10.8 gram, vitamins 3.2 milligram, vitamin C 0.4 milligram, riboflavin 1.4 gram, thiamine 316 international unit, and it is also a source of iron. The iron content is 47 milligram. It contains the 47 milligram. Guar meal. It means dry seeds. Guar meal. The dry seeds contain 0.33% of protein. It contains the 33% of protein. Galacto Galactomannan is a polysaccharide and constitutes 68 to 705 polysaccharides, also known as guar gum. D-galactopyrones or D-mannopyrones units form the galactomannan. The young plants contain the hydraulic acid which is toxic to the animals, so harvesting of forage is done from flowering to the fruiting stage. So when we go for harvesting of forage, normally at the time of flowering to the fruiting stage we will go. Cluster bean benefit. The benefit: it is mainly used for the diabetes, strong stronger bones, it will strong the bones, better for the heart health, appropriate blood pressure, it will maintain the blood pressure, help for the pregnant woman, improve the blood circulation, better digestion, and keep the mind calmer. So these are the benefits of cluster bean. Production scenario: the global production during 2013-14 is 3 million metric ton. The global production is 3 million metric ton. The major world suppliers are India, Pakistan, and the United States, and the smaller acreage in Australia and Africa. The major suppliers are India, Pakistan, and United States, and smaller acreage it is grown in Australia and Africa. It is cultivated in north and northwest part of India. It is mainly grown in north part and northwest part of India. Total production during 2013-14 are 2.7 million metric ton. 2014-15 is 2415 thousand ton was produced from an area of 4 to 55,000 hectare, with an average productivity is 5.67 quintal per hectare. In India, the largest growing state is Rajasthan, with of total production is 82%. In India, it is mainly grown in Rajasthan. So Rajasthan is the major growing state, and it is grown 82% in Rajasthan, where it is cultivated as a rainfed crop. In Rajasthan, it is mainly grown in rainy season, so it is grown as a rainfed crop. Varieties Goma, Goma Manjiri, Goma Manjiri. It is resistant to powdery mildew, bacterial wilt, and leaf spot. Pusa Mosami. It is suitable for rainy season and densely branching. First picking is 65 to 80 days and pods are 10 to 12 centimeter long. Pusa Mosami suitable for rainy season. Pusa Sadabahar. It is a selection from local varieties of Jaipur, Rajasthan. It is suitable for summer and rainy season crop. Pusa Sadabahar, it is mainly suitable for the summer and rainy season. Both season it is Sadabahar. Single stem, non-branching, pods are 12 to 13 centimeter long, tender, fibrous. First picking is 40 to 45 days. National varieties of 40 to 45 days national variety very popular in India. So Pusa Bahar it is mainly grown in all over the part. It is mainly grown in Rajasthan and it is selection from the Jaipur, from Jaipur, Rajasthan only. Pusa Bahar. Cluster in Pusa Navabahar. So these are the variety Pusa Navabahar. So it is also has a profuse flowering. Profuse fruiting is there. Pusha Navabahar. It is a cross between Pusha Moshmi into Pusha Sadabahar. Pusa Mosmi and Pusa Sadabahar cross. The single stem variety pods are 15 centimeter of better quality. Pod size is 15 centimeter for the better quality. It is susceptible to bacterial blight and lodging. Lodging means the plant will be fall down. When the rains will come, so the stem is very smooth and it will be fall down. So it is resistant to the lodging. P2811 smooth green long pods, photosensitive, suitable for both seasons. P28-1 it is developed by the NBPGR Pusha Navabahar into IC11521. It is suitable for both seasons. Sharad Bahar is a single plant selection from IC11704. Profuse branching, profuse branching and it will produce the 133 pods. Gent type, the good quality seeds with high content of guar gum and grow in Rajasthan. So it is mainly grown in Rajasthan. Dwarf type, the good quality pods used as a vegetable. It is mainly grown in Punjab and UP. IC11388. It is developed as a single plant selection from the local selection of Sukhpur in Kutch. Earlier than the Sharad Bahar, yield is 160 quintal per hectare. Next is Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz, it is a full season branching indeterminate globulus cultivars. It is mainly grown in USA and cultivated in high altitude. Climate: it is a tropical crop, prefers the warm season climate. It cannot tolerate to the shade and prefers the long day condition for vegetative growth and short day condition for the flowering. So it requires the long day condition for vegetative growth and short day condition for the flowering. The high tolerant to the temperature. Temperature is required 25 to 35 degrees centigrade temperature is required. It can tolerate to drought and alkaline soil. It is also tolerant to the drought and alkaline soil. It is tolerant to the high temperature. Low precipitation and high temperature are required. It requires a low precipitation, high temperature. Next is soil. It is a shallow-rooted crop with surface-feeding nature. Shallow-rooted crop means surface water is available, that only it will feed. Grow well under a wide range of soil condition. It is grow well into the different range of soils, but preferably it is grown in fertile, well-drained, medium textured and sandy loamy soil. Well-drained, medium texture and sandy loamy soil are the best. The pH of the soil is 7.5 to 8.5. Normally, it is grown in neutral to alkaline soil pH. In heavy soil, the bacterial nodulation is hampered. If the heavy soil is there, the bacterial nodulation will be. Seed preparation: selected seed must be free from the crop and weed seeds and disease. So whatever seeds we are selected is free from the crop seed and other crop seeds, weed seeds and disease. Inoculate the seeds before planting with a special guar inoculant or a cowpea inoculant like rhizobium. We have to inoculate the seeds in rhizobium before we will go for planting into the main field. The plant the seeds in moist soil within 2 hours after inoculation. Yes, after inoculation, within 2 hours, we have to plant the seeds into the field. Planting. The plant the guar when the soil temperature is over 21, means temperature is over 21 degrees centigrade. The optimum temperature for germination is 30 degrees centigrade. Temperature is optimum for the germination. Means the more than 21 degree centigrade temperature is there, that time we will go for sowing of the guar, and if the temperature is 30 means it is best. Sowing time is, it is mainly the main season, the June July, and in early crop it is grown in Feb to March. Main season June July, early crop Feb to March. Spacing is 45 into 60 into 15 centimeter, means plant to plant 45 into 60 centimeter and row to row 15 centimeter spacing we have to maintain. Seed rate is 25 to 30 kg per hectare. The seed rate required is 25 to 30 kg per hectare. The planting depth is 1 to 1.5 inches deep. Means when we sow the seeds, we will sow the seeds 1 to 1.5 inch deep. Fertilizer. So a hardy legume cluster bean respond to the fertilizer application. It is a hardy crop, so it will respond to the fertilizers. In addition to 25 ton of farmyard manure, we have to apply the 50-60-60 NPK per kg per hectare. 50-60-60 kg NPK per hectare we have to apply with 25 ton of FIM. Half dose of nitrogen, full dose of P and K are applied as a basal dose. Half dose of nitrogen and full dose of P is applied and K are applied as a basal dose. Remaining nitrogen is applied 15 to 30 days after. So means we apply the nitrogen in two split dose. First dose of nitrogen we apply during the land preparation. Means when we apply the P and K, with that only we apply the first dose of nitrogen. The remaining half dose of nitrogen we apply 25 to 30 days after sowing of the seeds. So a hardy crop, the irrigation increase the yield. It is a hardy crop, so if we apply the continuously water, so it will increase the yield. Irrigation of flowering and fruiting stage is most critical. So these are the critical stage of irrigation is flowering and fruiting stage. For getting the high yield in vegetative type, the irrigation may be done 5 days interval. So every 5 days interval we will go for irrigation, so that we will get the more vegetative production, more vegetative yield we will get breeding. Because of the shallow growing, the rate of young guar plant. Because I already told you is a shallow rooted crop. Shallow rooted crop is there, so weeding is very important. So because whatever the fertilizers are applied, that is on surface of the plant, surface of the soil only, and the weeds grow means they will take that nutrients. It will not available to the plants. So weed control, normally we can go for predominant weed is Parthenium. Parthenium is a major weed in guar. So spray the 2,4-D or DSMA, disodium methane acetonate, each 2 kg per hectare to control the Parthenium weed. So staking is also very important. Staking is also necessary to avoid the lodging of the tall plant. So normally it is a tall plant. So if we not give staking, the plant will be fall down. So to control that, we will give the staking to the plants. Harvesting. The crop duration is 120 days. The green pods are ready for harvesting in 45 days after sowing. The harvesting is the crop duration is 120 days and the crop is ready. The pods are ready for harvesting in 45 days after sowing. The spray the triple C 2000 ppm, it will increase the yield, and the sodium molybdate 0.15% at 50th or 30th days after seedling emergence. So we will spray the triple C. Cycosil 2000 ppm, it will increase the yield. To increase the yield, we will spray the cycosil, and sodium molybdate we can spray 0.15%. We will spray in 15 to 30 days for seedling emergence. Seed pods are brown and dry at maturity. Means pods color will change to the brown color and they will start drying after maturity. To speed up the drying and to kill the weeds, we can use the paraquat. Paraquat is mainly used to control the weeds. The dry seeds are harvested when a large percentage of pods are fully and most of the remaining will turns into the yellow color. So when the pods are turns into the yellow color, that time we will go for harvesting. It is observed that harvesting before the lower pods are dry enough to start setting. Means when the pods will start setting, before that we will go for harvesting of the seeds. Yield is green pod yield is 5 to 8 ton per hectare and the seed yield is 0.6 to 1 quintal per hectare. 0.6 to 1 quintal per hectare. Disease. The major disease of cluster beans are powdery mildew. It is caused by Leviola torica. It is a white powdery growth appears on the leaf upper surface, which hinders the photosynthesis. Means normally in upper surface of the leaf, the white powdery growth will come. So like this, the white powdery growth will come on the upper surface of the leaf. Then the photosynthesis activity will be there. Means the light will not available to means the color is changed to the white. So green color is there, then only the photosynthesis will be continued. And it will also affect the pods. If photosynthesis is not there, then the food will not available to the pods, and the pods will not develop properly. To control the spray the crop with wettable sulfur 3 gram per liter of water or Diancap 1 ml per liter of water when powdery growth is appeared. When the powdery mildew is there, that time we can use the wettable sulfur we can use. Phytophthora pod rot. Phytophthora pod rot, it is caused by the Phytophthora species. The roots show the rotting and girdling symptoms. You can see the rotting and girdling symptoms. The fruits show the rotting symptoms with white powdery fungal growth. Means the white powdery fungal growth will also come and the plant will show the rotting symptoms. You can see this plant. To control this, we can spray the Redomil MZ 0.25% on the appearance of the disease and repeat after 15 days. So we can spray the Redomil MZ to control the disease of Phytophthora. The little red yellow pustules will be appears on the leaves and the stems as well as the pods, and the pod production will be reduced. To control this, we can use the propaconazole. Propaconazole we can use. Next is bacterial blight. It is caused by the Xanthomonas cyanopsidicola. Xanthomonas cyanopsidicola. The plant will show the sudden wilting in high temperature. Blight means the plant will show the wilting symptoms. So the wilting of the plants will be start when the temperature will be increased and the pod production will be reduced. If the plant will start wilting, then the production of the pod will be reduced. To control this, we can go for hot water treatment of seeds 56 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes. To control the bacterial blight, we can go for hot water treatment with 56 degrees centigrade temperature for 10 minutes. Ensure the proper drainage. Spray the streptocycline 150 ppm and agromycin 100 to 500 ppm. So these we can spray. Either we can go for the streptomycin or we can go for agromycin 100 to 150 ppm to control the bacterial blight. So in blight also the wilting symptoms will appear. Next is mosaic disease. So mosaic disease, the mosaic pattern appears on the leaves and the stem, poor quality pods will be formed. Mosaic color appearance will come on the plant and the stems, and the poor quality pods will develop. To control this, the insect like aphid to prevent the spread of disease. So mosaic is spread by the aphid, so it is spread by the insect. So we have to control the insect. So for that we can use the insecticides we can use. Spray the aqueous leaf extract of pseudoderm Pseudoanthron bicolor provokes the synthesis of viral inhibitors. So viral disease we can control by the different method, cultural method we can use, like yellow sticky traps we can use, water traps we can use, we can grow the resistance varieties, we can use the neem seed kernel extract, we can control the insect attack by use of insecticides. Anthracnose, it is caused by the Colletotrichum. The small angular brown spots appear on the leaves and the first deteriorating the pod quality. So in Colletotrichum, the brown spots will appear on the leaf and the fruits will start deteriorate and it will reduce the pod quality. So anthracnose, the quality of the pods will be reduced. To control this, we can go for spray the Mancozeb 2%. So Mancozeb 2% is effective to control the anthracnose. Insect pest. So insect pests like pod borer, aphid, and plant hoppers. To control this, we can go for phosphomidone 0.5 ml per liter of water, monocrotophos 1.25 ml per liter of water on appearance of the aphid. Spray the malathion 2 ml per liter of water, carbaryl 2 gram per liter of water 6 weeks after sowing can prevent the preventive measure. So insect pest means insect they will spread the disease like aphid, pod borer means they will spread the disease. So to aphid will mainly spread the viral disease, and viral disease is very difficult to control. We can't control the viral disease. Only preventive measures we have to take to control the viral disease. So preventive options we can take like we can grow the resistant varieties. We can control the insects by use of the yellow sticky traps. We can use the yellow sticky traps to control the insect population, or we can use the any other methods like yellow sticky traps, and we can use the neem seed kernel extract. We can use neem oil. We can use neemazole. We can use, and we can develop the resistance variety. So these all are the methods we can use to control the viral disease. So if there is attack of any viral disease in the field condition, so just we take that plant and we can burn the plant. That is the only good choice to control the viral disease. So this is all about the cluster bean. Thank you all.